What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil, Laird, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of the second season of Santa Clarita Diet. So here we go, guys. We're going to go into this like we normally do our reviews. I'm going to be the only one talking about it this time because I'm the only one that had time to get to it. Fuego's busy doing a bunch of stuff for Stephen King, and Marsha's got a baby. So she didn't have time to catch up on it. And frankly, I don't think either of them were as hyped on it as I was. I really enjoyed the first season, and the second season only reaffirmed my love for the show. I don't know that it was better, but it was just as entertaining, if not a little bit more so. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I plowed through it in a matter of about 3 days because I'd forgotten they were only half-hour episodes, so it's really easy to get through them really quickly. But it's just a really fun show. The acting is great, the effects are great, the story is over the top but fun, and it's just a really good time. So here we go. The second season, once again we're with the family, where Drew Barrymore, let me just get everyone's names correctly. Drew Barrymore plays Sheila, Timothy Olyphant plays Joel. The daughter, Abby, is played by Liv Hewson, and the neighbor son is played by Skylar Gisondo. And his mom, I believe, is played by Mary Elizabeth Ellis, Lisa. And the cast is phenomenal, but the story itself is basically a continuation, as I said, of the first season, where if you watch the first season, at the end you see that Drew Barrymore has been degrading over the course of the season, and parts of her detaching, and so the son next door, the one that's way into the daughter, he develops this way to halt the process. It doesn't cure Sheila, but it does stop her progression into further zombie mode. So now it's just a maintenance game. And so since they're not trying to halt a further progression of her disease, they had to take the story a different place. And so they actually went a really interesting place. Other deaths started to occur, and it turns out that it's actually a little bit more like iZombie than I thought it was going to be. Apparently there are more zombies out there. Not many more, but at least a couple. And so Sheila and her husband, Joel, they decide to try and start figuring out, crack the mystery of where this is happening so they can maybe figure out why Sheila became a zombie and reverse her if possible. So that's the crux of the season. Also, her neighbor friend, who is a cop, plays a bigger role. And even though Nathan Fillion bit the dust last season, he actually has a pretty prominent role this season as a head on a stick. And it's not very spoilery. It's a funny thing that should sell you on watching the show, because Nathan Fillion plays a regular role, and it's really, really funny. He's like a confidant for Joel, because he's just a head on a stick, but, they keep him in a storage locker, so Joel will go and have a heart-to-heart with him and then go back to the real world and stuff. And there's moments that are played for laughs, like when the daughter first discovers him in the cabinet. That's funny stuff. And again, what I have to say is, while the story is executed well, it's interesting the whole way through. And again, I binged it. I had to get through it because I wanted to keep watching. But there's a lot of really funny jokes in it. And I think the standout for me, I think the kids, both of them last season, but especially the boy from next door, really, really nailed it last season. They both nailed it again this season. But for me, the standout this season was Timothy Olyphantastic, playing Joel. He did such a great job with some of the deliveries that he had. And so it was really great to see him kind of stretch those comedic wings again, because he did such a great job. And also Drew Barrymore, very funny. So everyone was firing on all cylinders once again for this season. I mean, the comedy was just there. It was hilarious. There were moments, moments of harder laughter in some episodes than there were others, but even the non-super joke-filled episodes were engaging, so you wanted to keep watching. And honestly, guys, the gore is so on point. There's a lot of practical gore in the aftermath of some attacks. There's a little bit of CG-enhanced gore and stuff like that, but not that much. But with the amount of practical that we get, it is just so fun. It's sort of in the vein of Dexter, except it's even a little bit more over-the-top graphic than Dexter was. But it just made for a really, really good, fully formed season of TV. I mean, again, it's on Netflix, and it's not that long. It's about 5 hours total, because I think it's 10 episodes, half hour each. But it goes by, and it's so entertaining, and you're not losing out on it. Like, it's actually a good couples thing. Like, if you're the horror person and your boyfriend or girlfriend is not the horror person, you could conceivably get them to sit down and watch Santa Clarita Diet with you. Because the horror isn't done for like really big jump scare kind of thing. It's just horrific situations, but it's all done with a lighthearted comedy flair, but it's a bit disgusting at times. So it would actually be pretty good to watch with a significant other, so I highly recommend doing that. If you guys haven't tried Santa Clarita Diet, or if you haven't gone back to it after season 1, definitely go back to it. It's just as entertaining. I'm super excited they're going to do a season 3, because I'm just all about this group of characters. It's so much fun. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. Please do. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. If you haven't, let me know in the comments down below why. I'd be interested to hear your opinions. Thank you very much to all of our patrons for supporting the channel. We recently just put up our review of Terrifier, along with a commentary for both Event Horizon and In the Mouth of Madness that for now you can only get there. But yeah, please do so if you want to support us. That's the way to do it, outside of just watching the videos, and we greatly appreciate you if you do. But thanks again for watching. I've been Cecil Laird, and remember, stay scared.